Two birds, two bats, ever expanding universe of crazy people. We're back. It's me and you know who.
Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel.
So we have had kind of a weird week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, we got it in our head that we wanted to move. Um, Primarily because of noise.
Yeah.
We're looking for some place that's a little more tranquil, if you will. And we have learned our lessons the hard way. Um, it's kind of a good news, bad news type of thing. The good news is that I know and she knows exactly what we want. We know where we want to live, and we're not willing to compromise on that. And the bad news is the scarcity or the unavailability of places that fit our criteria. Now, we're willing to go up about $100 a month in rent to get what we want. And our primary thing is a little more room, if you will, little bigger bedrooms,
Yeah.
because the ones that we have are more like storage areas than
Yeah.
anything else. They're not that useful. And a little more modern of a kitchen. We have one outlet in our kitchen to plug stuff into, and this counter space is very, very small, and it's just not that functional. We cannot really have a gathering here, and it's May's birthday this month, coming up
Yeah.
in about a week or so. I think she's going to be 19 or something like
I'm getting very old.
He's really stressing out about her age. But and we would love to have a party here, but we can't do it.
Yeah.
So we've got to go to a friend's house to have a little gathering with a few people and do the cake and the lechon and yada yada, all the stuff they do. And we would like to just be able to host our own at our own home. And so the criteria that we have is not that tough, but finding it has been just one big circle jerk. I don't know how else to put it. We looked at a house. We see houses online,
Yeah.
and they look great
Yeah, in the
online.
picture. Yeah.
Oh man, I go look. I looked at one. We said we actually cut short. We were with Monty and a couple of other people, and we were having lunch and whatnot with them. And we had a 1 o'clock appointment with the so-called realtor, and the word realtor actually makes me laugh out here, but because we had that 1 o'clock,
Yeah.
and it was, she said it's in Valencia, and that's one of our criteria. And then May said, well, it's really not Valencia, it's just down the road.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, okay, I'll compromise on that because I saw the pictures. They were really cool. Well, it was a lot further down than we anticipated. It was like 15 degrees hotter down, okay? And so we went and looked at the house, and it had everything wrong with it. The only thing that was good about it were the pictures. It did have, it was all brand new looking
Yeah.
inside. I don't know if
Yeah.
it was new construction or if they just rehabbed it. But the kitchen had an oven, it was
Yeah.
granite countertops.
Refrigerator.
The refrigerator was there. It was
Yeah.
a nice big refrigerator. It had a stovetop with the
Yeah.
oven,
Yeah.
which we thought that would be really useful. The bedrooms looked nice. Every
Yeah.
one of them had a real modern air conditioner in it.
Yeah.
The front room had an air con. They wanted 25,000.
Yeah, 25,000.
And we're paying 18,000 now plus internet, so it comes to about $400. They wanted about $500. And what I didn't pick up on was it was a 2-bedroom, which is fine with me if the bedrooms are big, but only 1 bathroom. And I kind of, here we've got 2 bathrooms.
2 bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so one's hers and one's mine, and that
Yeah.
works out good. We have our privacy, and just all that kind of stuff. Or if people do come over, they have they don't have to go through our bedroom. They can just use what we call the guest bathroom.
Yeah.
So anyway, we went down and looked at this place, and I was going to vlog it. She ended up vlogging
Yeah,
it,
I vlog.
but I refused to because I didn't believe in the place, and I don't want to, advertise, if you will, this place. Hey, look, guys, you can get this place for $500 a month if I don't believe in it. And I thought I wouldn't live here, so why the hell would I promote it? And at the same time, I didn't want to videotape it and demoralize it, or put it down, because that's insulting to the owners. It's not their fault. But some of the negatives were it was in a community. So there was house, house, house,
Yeah.
house, 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 house. We live in a community, but it's house with big yard, and then way down there's another house,
Yeah.
and then way down there's another house, and up that way there's another house. So there is some space between us and our neighbors. There, it was like a subdivision, cookie cutter homes right next to one another, but nothing cookie cutter about them. You had a little house, big house, no native houses. It looked like it was all foreigner owned. But the driveway, if we had a car, for example, I looked into the future, what if we buy a car? The driveway was like this long, remember?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would have 2 inches before we had to close the gate. I don't need to go through that if we have a car. The second I got off the scooter, the dog in the yard to the right started barking his fool head off. I said, oh, there's the welcoming committee. Perfect. And then as we were leaving, the 2 dogs on the house to the left, they were saying goodbye to us. And I was like, oh man. And it had about 9 or 10 speed bumps that we had to
Yeah.
drive over, and I don't have the patience for that crap. And so there was nothing about this house that I was interested in. And it was way down the hill. And her and I commented, I said, let's go home. And so we went home, we came back home, and we felt the temperature go down about
Yeah.
15 degrees in 10 minutes because we love it up here. So I want to go up the mountain, if anything else, or sideways, or over that way, and stay in this temperature zone. It does rain a lot out here, but
Yeah.
to us, the trade-off is worth it. There's usually a break in the weather, and we can beat it out the front door, or we just suit up in the rain gear, and we make it down to Dumageddon where it's, bright and sunny. So I was talking with Mark
Yeah, Mark.
today, our friend Mark, who rented a house near us. And he has discovered that I went over and looked at it, and I said, wow, this is pretty nice. It's kind of frumpy on the inside, but that can be dolled up. But it had this, and it had that, it had the carport. May hasn't seen it, but it's off on a side road, and I said, well, that's great. There's not a bunch of traffic going by like we get here. And so I said, geez, I was kind of envious of it in a little way. I was happy for him. His rent was $25,500, but we had coffee with him today, and he says, I'm moving. He says, I was going to give you first shot at it, Paul, if you wanted it, because I know you're looking for a little more space, which the place does have. He says, but I can't recommend it to you. He's got cockroaches coming up from the toilet area. What else did he say was wrong? Oh, dogs. He says he's got 7 dogs that are laying in his front, right in front of his gate, and he's got to navigate past them. What else is wrong? Chickens.
Yeah.
He's got 2 chickens in the backyard that go crazy. And that is probably the biggest challenge that I can imagine out here in the Philippines for anyone and everyone. It's not a complaint, it's a reality. It's something that we have to deal with, and it's just the noise level.
Yeah.
I don't care where you go, it's noisy in the Philippines. So she claims that up in the mountains, it's quiet,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But you got to admit, there's chickens up there, right?
Yeah.
And roosters.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, your level of quiet, my level of quiet varies a little bit. So, I don't know why we're talking about this other than what I have learned is that there's so many components to leasing a place. That's why I'm really anti-long-term lease. I like a month to month. I would never give 2 months up front. I don't care how nice the place is, because it just goes against my grain. The landlord is very important also.
Yeah.
We have a great landlord. I can't complain about Fatima
Yes.
one bit,
Yeah.
okay? Every blue moon, she needs the rent a few days early. In fact, the day we moved in, it was kind of funny because we did give the first and the last. So I think we gave her 40,000 pesos. And then the next day I see her driving home in a new scooter. I acted, well, there goes my security deposit. We'll never see that again. It's been spent, you know. But that's cool. But we've called her up.
Yeah.
And we've said, hey, we got a problem with Mickey-Macky stuff, like the shower,
Yeah.
the water heater. I offered to buy a new water heater.
Yeah.
And her husband came over and just fixed it.
Yeah.
You know, where they could have gotten a new water heater out of me.
Yeah.
Light bulbs. We don't have a ladder. So I've asked, can I borrow your ladder? And they say no. And they send her husband comes over and does it for us.
Yeah.
And water tank. One time the water ran out. And she just said, oh, yeah, I forgot to flip the switch.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, we got water. Things like that. So the landlord at this place that we looked at, just getting back to that place, the 2-bedroom place that was too small, he was there. And it was a Filipino guy.
Yeah.
And there were 2 real estate agents, so-called agents. They're actually just friends of people that are trying to get a commission. God love them. Okay, they're working. I can dig it. But I just looked at the look on his face, and I thought, I don't think I want to deal with this guy. You know, if I got an issue down the road, I really don't think he's the type of guy that I want to play ball with. Where when I met Fatima, I knew we could, you know, get along. Yeah, comfortable. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's kind of that. What's also fascinating is that the house that we're in right now, when we found this place, it was not on the internet and it did not have a sign out front. It was just a vacant house. And I don't know how long it had been sitting, but a couple of foreigners had lived in it previously.
Yeah.
And the only reason we got this place is because I mentioned it on Facebook, or I mentioned it out loud somewhere or somehow. I don't remember how because it was over a year ago. But I was having coffee with Bud Brown, and this guy named Ed pulled up, and he said, hey, I heard you were looking for a place. And I said, yeah. He goes, well, my wife knows of 2 places up by where we're living. And they were living up the street from us, right? And so he took us up here, and we took a look at 2 houses. So it was the old chismis. It was the old word of mouth, you know, the coconut grapevine, that we got this place.
Yeah.
No internet, no sign, makes no sense whatsoever. And then I realized also that as we drove away from the place that we looked at, they didn't have a sign in front. They just had it on the internet. And so the marketing system out here for houses or apartments is brutal. And her and I have been on the scooter driving around because I found that's the best way to do it, is to just, one day a sign pops up for rent or for lease, and you take down the phone number and find the place first. And this internet stuff, I ask for the address. I don't want to meet the agent. I don't even want to go into the house. I just want to drive by the neighborhood and see what's up and see what it looks like. Because I know about access. I know what I want as far as noise level. I know I don't want a 2-story. I mean, I know. And I don't want to waste anybody's time. So I ask them, please, just tell me where it is and let me just drive by it and take a look at it. And sometimes they're very reticent to do that. They don't want to give out the address for some reason. So, okay, oh well. I'm not here to fight with you. I'm just trying to, you know, rent your place. But if that's the game, that's the game. Speaking of Bud Brown, who is your favorite vlogger?
Bob Brown.
Now, you told me something 20 minutes ago that I never knew.
Yeah.
So what did you tell me about Bud Brown?
Because before I working in Manila for her helper, so I watched the YouTube, and then I watched to Bob Brown in the Jimmy, the life story like that.
His life story.
Yeah.
And you love Gloria.
Yeah, I love the wife.
Yeah, but she's probably not too crazy about you because of the age gap. Gloria's funny.
It's okay.
But it's okay with me. It's like, that's cool. And Bud Brown is probably my closest friend out here. And we're meeting tomorrow. Every Friday, Bud and I try to make it just a standing thing where him and I get together and we lie to each other for a couple of hours and every blue moon we make a video together. And we were floating the idea of having a YouTuber hangout thing, because a lot of guys are contacting all of us. There's Gio, there's Vern, there's Mark Thornton, there's Bud, there's myself. I'm probably forgetting somebody. And they want to have coffee, or they want to just say hello, or they want to come by. And it's everybody wants to accommodate everybody, but I don't think they realize how time consuming that can be to go and meet somebody. You know what I'm saying? So what we're thinking about doing is what I did when I was in Vegas and when I was in California, and that is just maybe make an announcement that we'll be at such and such a place at 10 o'clock on a Saturday somewhere, and we can all just get together and just kind of hang out and meet and greet and talk and answer questions and all that kind of stuff. So that's that with that, right?
Yeah.
So what else are we doing? We got 4 dogs and a cat.
Yeah, and then 3 chicken.
And 3 chickens.
Yeah.
And we're kind of taking it easy on the house hunting thing. It's not a big priority because we are really quite comfortable here. At the end of the day, there's no deal breakers here. We're comfortable. We don't want to exceed our budget. We don't want to go, we don't need anything flashy. We're just looking for something a little bit bigger and in the same area. And when it's supposed to happen, I imagine it'll happen if it ever does. The next thing is your passport.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Coming soon for the schedule.
23rd
Yeah.
is when May goes down, and she asked me what 1300 meant. It's just fine. It's 1 o'clock, and it's military time.
Yeah.
So everybody say a little prayer for May. It's her 4th attempt to get this stupid passport. And there's always been some sort of hitch. You've gone down, they wanted a different thing on your birth certificate. Then they needed the police clearance.
Yeah, I complete now.
And then the police clearance had your name on there twice, so they rejected that because we filled it out wrong. And yada, yada, yada. So, should she get the passport,
Yeah, hopefully.
which I'm confident she will, excuse me, we will be going to Thailand
Yeah.
in September.
Yeah.
Are you excited
Yeah, so much. For the food.
for the food?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have friends over there.
Yeah, we are AJ.
We have AJ.
Yeah.
We have Gary,
Yeah, your best friend.
my best friend.
Yeah.
I have my friend Numi and her husband Deep, who are pastors over there that I was involved with back in 2010. I want to get together with them and meet their kids and do an interview. They have fascinating stories. We're going to go do medical stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
She's going to get checked up. I'm going to get checked up. And we're going to do vlogging about that medical checkup.
Yeah.
I think that's a very good informational video for people. So we're looking forward to doing that too.
Yeah.
Your birthday's coming up, so we're going to have a little get together.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell the world how old you're going to be?
Up to you. What do you want
Well, it's up to you. You want to tell them how old you are?
Yeah.
How old are you going to be?
Oh my God. 37 years old.
37 years
I'm
old.
so old now.
Yeah. What are you going to do when you're 40? Oh, she seems to hold up pretty good. Better than me. Tell you that much. Clean living.
It's the key. Very important. Healthy and healthy body.
Yeah.
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 And then always happy.
And always happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are
That
you
is
always
good.
happy?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I'm
she really
always
is.
I'm always happy with you.
Yeah.
No argue.
Yeah, we don't argue.
Yeah.
Because we don't understand each other, so we don't know what neither one of us knows what the other one's talking about. So it doesn't matter. She could be telling me what a dick I am, and I wouldn't understand it. Same thing with her, you know. So I just say something, and she has no clue what I'm talking about. And she goes, "Oh yeah." So, another thing about renting.
Yeah.
Just a little caveat for you guys is what we found is access, a thorough walkthrough of the place. I mean, turn on every light, plug in every plug, take time, right?
Yeah.
Open and close every drawer, check the windows,
Yeah.
check the locks on the door, the thickness.
Yeah.
Like we got really heavy doors here, which is great, even on the bedrooms and stuff. internet.
Internet.
What kind of internet can you get?
Yeah, and then water tank.
Water.
Yeah, very important.
Water. Because there's two different waters. There's Valencia and Dumaguete, right?
Yeah, and then
And which one's the good one?
before you're leaving, it's very
Highland.
Yeah, the water is very always.
But which one is that? Is that the Dumaguete water or the Valencia water?
I think Dumaguete.
I think it's, I can't
Yeah.
remember which one it is. There's
Yeah.
two different sources. And I think it's the Dumaguete water supply.
Yeah.
I could be backwards on this. But when we lived at Highland Villas, not Highland Villas' fault, I mean, that's just who they're hooked up through. But we would get water shortages because it would rain too much and they would shut down the water because it was flooded, which doesn't make any sense to me. But that's what Mark's going through, brown water,
Yeah.
and water's being off. So there's all these little nuances. And the last thing that we want to live in is another complex that's got a bunch of expats and their girlfriends. That is just a recipe for disaster. I'm watching it unfold time and time and time again. I'm not mentioning anybody specific, but over the years, it has never changed. People will move into a complex, and if it only takes one person to stir the pot, and we've personally experienced it, and now I'm watching other guys in other complexes experiencing it, where the girls are ganging up on one another, or the guys are having a dissension with this, that, and the other, and it just gets weird. So it's cool if you're a single guy and you keep to yourself and you don't have a female that's going to get involved in all the chismus or whatever they call it. You can have a relatively mellow existence. However, if you move into a complex where there's a lot of drinking, a lot of partying, a lot of that drove us out of the one place, Highland Villas,
Yeah.
when they filled up and it was COVID, and what's his name, we won't mention any names, was in the
Yeah.
pool 12 hours
Oh,
drinking
yeah, yeah.
beer,
Yeah, yeah.
just running his mouth, no names mentioned.
Yeah.
And me and another guy named Walter, we both moved out the same month. We just said, enough of this. And where did we go? We came here. That's when
No,
we,
Big Rock. Big
Oh,
Rock.
that's right. We went to Big Rock.
Yeah.
We went to Big Rock
Yeah.
and got the hell out of there.
Yeah.
And Big Rock was cool, but then it had all that element that I just talked about happening, all these dynamics of people getting into each other's business, and this one aligning with this one, and the other one aligning with that one, and it's just, I don't know, turns into a cluster, you know what. So we got, so that's kind of like the update.
Yeah.
I don't know what the purpose of this video was, other than kind of just an informational thing where, you know, renting can be such a chore out here, and it just requires a lot of diligence, it requires a lot of patience, and it's okay, like when we were talking to Mark today, he's like, it's okay, I got the experience.
Yeah.
He's looking for a place down by the beach, and he's going through what we're going through. He's going in, making appointments, looking at places, and one day he'll land on a place that works for him. Mark Thornton went out one day, looked at one place, and found paradise.
Yeah.
You know, so that's how it can happen. My friend Jim found paradise. He went out and looked at, I told him about a place that was open. I don't like the beach. We like the mountains. But anyway, my friend Jim wanted a place on the beach. I heard about a place. He went and got it. He's like, well, it's not perfect, but it's damn close.
Yeah.
So he's happy. And that's about it. I'm just shocked that so many guys are coming down here and visiting and not staying. They're coming in, they're kicking the can, they're kicking the tires, if you will. They're looking around, and they're either gonna go home and sell everything and come back, or they don't like it. And one last quick thing about Thailand. I talked to another gentleman today, and he said, I'm leaving, I'm going back to Thailand. He said that the Philippines checked off 2 things out of 16. He's got 16 requirements. He said the 2 things the Philippines fulfilled was language and the ease of the visa. So it's easy to stay out here for 3 years, number one. And number 2, he's right. People speak English, most of it limited, but all the signs are in English. So it's very, very easy to navigate, as opposed to, say, Thailand, where the visas are much more complicated and nothing's written in English, unless you're in a certain mall or something like that. So it's going to be an experience for her. We're going to stay there for a couple of weeks, see how she likes it.
Yeah.
And we're still toying with the idea of bouncing from country to country to country and just see how it goes. But it's all going to depend on your passport.
Yes, depends.
If she doesn't get her passport, I got to go solo because I got to go get the medical checkup. And she's going to have to sit here and wait. But I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, guys, this ran long. I know we're just rambling, but thanks for stopping by, and we got some other content that'll be coming up on Baby Mae's channel. Today with Baby Mae.
Yeah, thank you. That is
So, make sure you like, share, and subscribe
Yeah.
to Baby Mae's on my channel. I don't blame you if you unsubscribe right after this. All right, I'll see you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.